Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders daily video. Hope you're having a fabulous day today, and hopefully the market is treating you well, and you're able to see the fruits of your labor, so to speak. We had, some interesting moves over the last couple of days here, where we haven't really had a strong drive or a strong direction one way or the other. And that is, can be frustrating because we always want to have the market move for us. And if the market's not moving for us, then we tend to get a little impatient in waiting for something to happen. And so make sure that you don't get caught up in the idea that the market is that we can control the market. We have to wait for the market to give us opportunities to trade. And if we don't wait for those opportunities, we're going to be in trouble, so to speak. While the markets are moving sideways or are not predictable in how they're moving, we tend to get a little antsy and start to try to force things. So if you feel like that's the case, then it's good to step back and wait for something else, go for a run, turn the computer off for the day, whatever it might be. What I'm talking about here is, let's look at the 15-minute chart of the euro dollar here, let's say, for example. We'll zoom out. Anytime the market, and maybe this is a little bit too flat, let's go to 5 minute. Anytime it's just choppy like this, we have to realize that it puts us in a difficult situation, and we want to we'd like to have the market move in our favor, but like I said, if it's too choppy, we're better off to sit back and just wait until things line up a little bit. And so we see a lot of these consolidations where the market just moves sideways. And so the other thing that we can do is we can move out to a longer time period, and the 4-hour chart is a nice time period to start to look for longer term movements, breakouts of what's happening on the chart. So as we look at this, we can see pretty clearly, I think, that the trend back in here was moving up. And then we had this pullback within the trend. So pullback, you may call it a retracement against the trend. The trend's going up, you get a little bit of a pullback. And now with the simple trading method, we look for some type of a entry as it begins to move up again. The one thing that we want to take into consideration here is the fact that we do have a little bit of a downward channel here that we're just kind of floating in between. And so waiting for it to break out of this would give us the indication that the market is starting to return in the direction of the trend. So pullbacks are good, and we want to see pullbacks. The problem is that sometimes when we look at these pullbacks, we're really trying to identify these breakout points of when is it going to break out. And sometimes we can get fooled, and you can see how the price moved above it there a couple times, where if we weren't patient and were jumping in before we had the candle confirm as a closed candle, we would have gotten fooled, and it dropped back down again. Starting to see a little bit of a movement out of here now. So potentially, and again, potential is the key word, of a movement out of that. Now, we know that things will fluctuate around support or resistance areas, and so until that closes, we don't know for sure. As we look at the daily time period, you can see this even clearer, I think, as a downward channel, and we certainly haven't broken out of this channel yet, but a nice, what we'd call a flag pattern that's developing here. A nice little pullback, which is what we want to see. We want to see things retrace a little bit. And once they've retraced, then we're going to be able to look for those entries using the simple trading method. So trend, support and resistance, looking for it to pull back towards that, and then getting in as it moves above the highest high of the last three. So in this case, we got some time for it to develop. But this is what we want to look for. Even though there may not be as many trading opportunities in the direction of the trend, we still have the ability to identify these as good potential opportunities. So keep that in mind. And if you have questions about that or anything else, feel free to let us know. We'll be back tomorrow to see if we get some breakout or some more movement here. And if you have questions, feel free to let us know.